I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a clock, never change. Play the game that we say. I need a break. Time staying strong. Need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Time staying strong. Need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Face on when I chase like that. Yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'ma ride or die for my dreams on tap. I'ma fly real high, you ain't see me slack. No, it's not how you fall, it's how you get right back up. That's how you get tough. Calluses on my hands so rough, yeah, I call your bluff. I'm not the one, mess with me, come out with none. Cause I'm so done, you had your fun. And now you're gonna face down the barrel of the gun. Cause I got a full clip with your name on it. But I'ma let you slide cause you ain't worth it. Time staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Time staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. Gotta stay awake, stay alive. It's all I need to find a way to make it in life. Have to believe or else the pain will take all the fight right out of me. So I just lay awake, late at night, thinking of things that I can do to make progress. It's all in the process, train the subconscious. That shit works, I promise. So take what you need, no breaks, hit the speed. Don't save anything, don't waste all you could be. I'll do it right, I'll do it wrong. I'm I recall the past real vaguely. I remember everything they'd say. Maybe thought that I was crazy, thinking that one day they'd see my name. Love being a loner, always moving closer. Knew exactly what I wanted to have. Fear of growing older, chip all on my shoulder. Told myself I'm never looking back, and now I'm cold and dissonant. I'm losing my innocence, and you don't know my intent. And now you better back down, 'cause I'm coming for you. 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 I'm sick of feeling like I'm no one lately. I'm sick of always living in the past. I'm sick of feeling like I just keep chasing, but that'll never be that fast. Just leave me alone, I'll do it on my own, and I will let them know when the lights shine bright. Look pale as a ghost to all those opposed. I'm coming here to show how to live life right, and now I'm cold and dissonant. I'm losing my innocence, and you don't know my intent. And now you better back down, 'cause I'm coming for you. 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 Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. 'Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. 'Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste has something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored again?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless. I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a time. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play.
Hello and welcome to AFR Tier 2, Round 2 at Singapore. I'm joined with Mikhail this evening, if he's there.
Hello, Pepsi. Hello.
Oh, hello. I have help this week. Let's go. And everything's breaking. Why is that? Oh boy.
Ooh, should be an exciting one today.
It shall indeed. Hopefully everything fixes. Well, I think it has. Everything is fixed. All drivers are leaving pit now. I believe Farmer Sam will be the first driver to come out and set a time. Hopefully, we look at weather. Looks, we got a dry qualifying, but I have no idea for the race. We might have a wet. All I know, that could happen.
Was Singapore not a stranger to the clouds pouring down?
No stranger.
Quite a
I
few.
was actually hoping for rain in Tier 1. Never happened.
Provides a whole new challenge in the wet conditions. I'm sure most of the drivers are a bit more thankful than perhaps yourself that it's a dry affair, at least for qualifying. Don't know exactly what's going to happen with the 31 lap race that's going to proceed. But we have just under 16 minutes left in this qualifying session, Pepsi, and Farmer Sam getting ready to start a flying lap around the Marina Bay street circuit. So if you want to do us the honors, you can take us around this very technical, very difficult track.
Oh, so I'm being thrown under the bus. Like I did last week. around the final corners to start the flying lap. He's actually not invalidated. That was off track though. Yeah, he's given that time up already.
It's Nemo behind him.
So we'll jump on board with the fish. Through turn 1, right auto curb on turn 2, ready for turn 3 using auto curb on the exit. Get to turn 4 using the outside curb to get the car turned in. Thankfully not hitting that inside curb. That is a kind of spin curb. Up through the gears all the way to turn 7.
And 7, a very big overtaking spot. One of probably only 2, maybe 2.5 overtaking spots around this track. It's Nemo, the clownfish, heading towards the most difficult part of the track, the Singapore Sling, turns 10 through to 13.
Very difficult section. A lot of trouble in Tier 1 at the back of the field around the sling. Few people caught up, and one of the Haas drivers was caught up at turn 13 in the race.
Onto the final sector now for the Haas car. Making his way through turns 16, 17. A little tat with the wall at the exit there. Not the cleanest final sector for the fish. He makes his way through turns 20 and 21 now. Which will cease to exist come next release. Across the line, what's the time going to be? It's a 1:38.8 to start us off, Pepsi.
Combined is... Oh, okay. I'm confused now.
It's like it with a 38.9. Then we have one of the Williams cars. I believe that's going to be Kufu Cowboy. 40.4, a lot of work to do for the Williams team.
I believe Combined just came across the line to start this lap. I saw Aston's one. The Aston's has spun it on the last corner in front of one of Bugen doing a 40.8. Injects a 50. Wait, who's in P5?
That's Conrad.
Okay, I don't...
Conrad with a 51.9. Kunai 0, the voice of AFR. Coming across the line now to set his first time. He slots in behind his teammate, but still about 2 seconds off a 142.5 for the Alfa Romeo. Brew Boy sets a 140.0 on the medium compound tyre. So he could definitely be fighting for that top spot come the end of the session.
Then I believe we got Dalek. Oh, well, he's on an outlap. But we got Combined. Former Tier 1 driver dropping down to Tier 2 on a flying lap. Coming up to turn 14 now.
Purple middle sector is looking good so far. One of the favourites to really challenge for the driver's title this season, along with Apex Studios, his teammate, both showing incredible pace last week at Portimao. Farmer Sam 37.8. Whole second between himself and Nemo. Another one of those title contenders. Let's see if Combined YouTuber has an answer to goes through turn 21.
22 and 23 final 2 corners through the line was 30.
Half a tenth.
My scoreboard is so small, it's so hard to read times. His teammate does a 37.4 though, so Ferrari taking pole for now. But interesting if they can replicate last week where they got a front row lockout.
Just need to not take notes from the 2017 race here. I'm sure even if they do lock out the front row, they want it to be converted. Unlike that occasion just over 5 years ago.
Jumping on board with Dalek. He's actually just gone through the sling now, up to the hairpin. Kinda one of the Alpha carries, I believe it's Thomas Sam going over to the side.
Another purple sector too.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, we have 16 drivers, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So,
Dalek's taken a bit too much at turn 16, and he's invalidated his lap time, so he'll need to go again. He wants to shoot up towards the more competitive positions. While it's not impossible to overtake here at Singapore, not the easiest track on the calendar to do so. You only really have turn 1 and turn 7, really.
probably turn 14 if you get a good X out of the hairpin, as it was shown very poorly in Tier 1 on last lap between Big Al and Crush.
A bit of controversy from the race just gone by.
A bit of an argument on that move between the drivers.
It's in the steward's hands now. We have both Williams cars out there on the circuit. Both trying to improve their lap times. Kufu Cowboy just getting some practice laps in, still currently in 9th, and his teammate, Mike, down at the bottom of the track. That final DRS zone. It's looking like a clean lap so far, but it's not the fastest we've seen, Pepsi.
Indeed. I don't know what a clean lap is. I can't do clean laps here. I've invalidated all my runnings. I only got my bank in, and it was a shocker.
Oh, need to make it a good banker. These guys don't have a time yet. With just under 9 minutes to go, a little slide there from the Williams out of turn 19.
A lot of slide, a lot of curb usage, going through 22 and 23 now. See what time is that do. 39.6, I believe.
Yes, good enough for 7th place. There's a big gap between, basically all the way down this field. Got the top 3 in a league of their own at the moment.
Jump on board was Spice, well, Spice was on the out lap. I believe Z-Dog is coming around the final corner to finish his lap. Jumps up from the P4 38.5. Just behind.
I mean, it looks good. Looks good on the in terms of position, but a bit concerning to be so far off his teammate. He has to find another 7/10 if he wants to even match Farmer Sam at this point.
I like just an exit pit early. Well, one of the drivers still need a sad time. One of the drivers is only on a lap. Is Spicer, who's in the Alpine, which from AFR after their plans were foiled in car selection.
It sent shockwaves all the way down the paddock. But no matter. Going through turn 9 now. Again, looking pretty clean so far. Goes a bit deep though at the sling. It's going to cost him a lot of time through this very technical section. A little bit deep again. It's not been the best lap for Mr. Spicer.
This Ray just needs a forward. 7 minutes remaining of the session. Purple sector 2 according to the game, but as we know, it's a lie.
I think it'll be somewhere around where Mike is at the moment, that 39.6.
Under the bridge, misses the curve to avoid any understeer. Coming to 22, 23 now. Misses the hit the inside curve. What's that? 38.6. Goes P7 behind V-Dog. And completely missed. Turn 2. Cut straight across.
Just keeping a little bit of an eye on our front runners. Farmer Sam on his second attempt is up by 2/10 going through the first sector split, so it's looking like a very good lap at this stage, getting very close to those walls on the right hand side. Let's see how he tackles the sling, Pepsi. Oh, not the best line for the Alpha Tauri.
Big deep on the first and second part.
Good rotation through 13 though.
Good hairpin, good extra. A lot of wheel spin point of spectator view. He's gone purple on both sectors, so this could be pole. He's gonna have to find a lot of time in this last sector. Using a lot of that turn, a 17 curb.
Oh yeah, he's gotten a snap going through 18. That's going to cost him. He was knocking on the door of 36 for the way the lap was going, but that might have just undone all of that hard work in the 16 corners prior. Still gets pole, but it's only a 37.2.
And he didn't purple sector 3, so Apex showing he's the quickest driver in sector 3 at the moment. Still holds that fastest sector.
Yeah, Worry Boy as well, improving to 4th place with a 38.1. 2.5 tenths ahead of Nemo. About 2 tenths off combined YouTuber at the moment.
Jumps Darla for his finish of the lap. Jumps to P2, 37.27. So now we got a fight between 5 the drivers pole.
Yeah, less than a tenth separating our front two. At the moment, with only 1 run left each, Apex Studios going into turn 7. One of the other front runners. So I'm watching Kunai Zero, seeing if he can improve on his time, make it a little bit more competitive. He does, but he doesn't move up any spots. 400ths of a second behind his teammate Abusion. But unfortunately, the Alfa Romeo is locking up that back row at the moment, Pepsi.
Does indeed look that way. A lot of drivers look like they're struggling just to gain the time. With this track, it's kind of have to abuse the curbs to gain any time.
It's always that trade-off. How much do you flirt with the curbs? How much are you willing to, at least? So Apex goes very wide. Completely ignoring the white line at the exit of 14, but he has set a purple middle sector, and he's on course to absolutely smash Farmer Sam's time by at least a couple of tenths. And it's been a very clean final sector so far. Through 20, 21, it's just a dash to the line with a slight lift, slight tap of the brakes down a gear for turns 22, 23. Is it a pole time? It is, and the first time in a 1 minute 36 is a 36.936 for the Ferrari driver.
That will be Apex's final run of the session, so he's going to have to hope that Farmer Sam and Darla can't improve their times.
A few drivers on slow laps, the other few on out laps at the moment. Combined YouTuber sitting in 4th of 37.9. Has to find a whole second, almost exactly, if he wants to match his teammate and secure that front row lockout that they achieved last week. What Nemo, Psycho out on out laps, Mr. Spicer as well, through Cowboy. No flying laps at the moment, Pepsi, but things are just about to heat up with only 2 minutes left in this qualifying session.
It looks like Arbuton was not the first one. It's actually Kunai. I think
Kunai's on his way, and he's doing just practice laps, I think.
Probably. Williams. It is. Of Mike Hunt. First driver to set a fine time, and then he's got combined right behind him. Ford Company and other Ferrari. We'll see.
Oh, Combine's already invalidated. He's done.
So
Combine is done. Bit wide at turn 2, and that Ferrari, his qualifying session is finito.
Oh, and I just saw in the background, Combine has spun at turn 4. Or turn 5, is that? I think that's turn 5.
Yeah, obviously a bit of frustration. Best he can hope for is that second row. And with all these drivers about to start laps, if not already on laps, who knows where he'll be at the end of this 60 seconds.
Watch, yeah, so Combines has retired the car out in the Gabriel to 7. Well out of the way of any driver that was on laps behind them. On board with Mike Hunt coming at turn 14, 1 second down from Apex Studios' fastest time. So probably around a 27 we're looking at. With actually jumping very far up in the water.
With only 10 seconds left to go, this is going to be it for all of our drivers. A few have already butchered it, Combines and Psycho being two such drivers. Smite comes across the line, only good enough for P10, matches the Z-Dog with a 1:38.549.
There's Nemo across the line and he can improve his time up into 5th.
Dalek as well can't improve, he stays 3rd fastest.
That's like, as you said, Butcher up, so he's not pushing for first time. We'll jump down to Mr. Spicer in the other Alpine.
Oh, Dumps had an issue at turn 13, the Haas is gone.
Now that it's very easy to hit that bridge wall that sticks there. I wonder if he's done that.
Well, thankfully he's offline, so it shouldn't affect the other drivers too much, but it's quite distracting. He's in a pretty awkward spot.
Looks like it's distracted one that Alpha Mayo's. Very wide in his.
Kunai's done there. Spicer jumps his teammate, goes up into P7 with a 38.2. Next across the line is going to be Kufu Cowboy. What can the Williams hope to achieve? He can hope all he wants, but he will actually go down to 14th as Abusion improves to 12th place with 38.7. Next up, Z-Dog, P7 for the AlphaTauri, 1:38.261. Behind him, the sister car, Bandcamp. Can't improve, will stay 12th fastest.
Improve just stays in the same position. Railboy will be last across the line. Improves up to 5th, so takes that position back off. And I'm pretty sure that's all drivers in it.
That's how good, yeah. I think Mike is still pushing, but he's 10 seconds down. He's not going to improve. There we go. Apex Studios on pole position, but the AlphaTauri Farmer Sam right beside him. So the two Italian teams going at it once again, Pepsi.
Farmer Sam did... No, it was Apex. Farmer Sam did say he will try to qualify P1. Was close. Just 2/10 back. Close. Apex takes pole, early driver in the 36s, and it's Farmer Sam Dalek very close behind each other. Combined invalidating his last run that forces him to start 4th. Got Railboy, Nemo, Z-Dog, Spicer, Psycho, and Dump for your top 10, and then Mike, Banner, Busion, Cowboy, Conrad, and Kunai.
We have quite the field spread on this grid.
Very
1 second only
wide.
covers the top 4. 2 seconds covering the top 13. So we're going to see a lot of different groups of cars emerge in the early stages of this race.
It's going to be one interesting race.
Well, it always is around the Marina Bay Street Circuit. 31 grueling laps, the longest race, at least time-wise, duration-wise, I should say, of this season. To have it so early as well puts a lot of pressure to really not just perform pace-wise, but also have that consistency and to keep moving forward, keep the car in one piece around such a tough environment with very minimal overtaking opportunities. We'll see how these drivers cope.
One thing that some of the tier 1 drivers couldn't do it was keep the car in one piece.
Well, some managed to do that. Some found that a little bit more challenging, and some had a helping hand in failing that challenge. So it's all luck of the draw here for these guys, but we are 3 seconds away from this formation lap, and I dare say 80% of the grid will be starting on the hard compound tire, but we'll have to see.
Most likely.
Are there any surprises?
I see a lot of hards. I see one medium in the field.
I see 3 mediums in the field, actually. Have Mr.
Spicer,
Spicer, Mike, and Conrad. All opting for the yellow striped medium tire to get that edge in the first stint. They are almost about a second a lap faster than the hards in the opening stages, so they will have the grip to make some early positions, get that track position for later down the line, maybe hoping for an early safety car like was the case in Tier 1.
How early was our safety car?
Oh, it was right at the media pit window. It was like perfect.
What's the track looking like? To me, actually, for some reason the track like looks damp. I don't know why.
Must be the floodlights.
Floodlights shine the track. It looks like it just finished raining. That's what it looks like.
Well, Singapore does have a very humid climate, so
Wouldn't be
not
surprising.
completely out of the realm of possibility.
Well, let's have a look at weather. Now we dry all the way through. 30-degree track temp and 25 air.
I believe M-Dog asked what degree is the moon, not the track, Pepsi.
Yeah, well, you got the track in the air temp. Degree the moon is I don't know what we're talking about. 45 degrees.
Oh, we've had a little bit of a spin from Dalek at turn 14.
5.1.
Luckily, he'll actually be able to keep his third grid spot if you do this.
He's
yep,
just
he's gonna,
got DSQ'd.
Yep, so he's going to have rigid tyres for this race start, and we've seen in the past how problematic that can be, especially for one of the front runners. You're trying to get your tyres up to temperature, but everyone else has warm tyres and is trying to eagerly make some early positions, and you just have to go into damage limitation mode. But as they start to slowly crawl their way through turns 22 and 23,
Apex really backing this field up so they can get all the warmth in their time.
quite a few burnouts.
A lot of drivers. He's I think Apex forgot what side he was on. Oh, he's got it straight.
Those last couple of cars
So
made their way onto the grid. I'll leave you to do the honors for this race start, Pepsi.
Thank
I know you absolutely love it.
I do love it. We're just waiting for the lights to start. And out they go. And it looks like one of the McLarens with a great start behind Dalek is someone with the Alpha Tauri. I believe that's Z-Dog. Got too wide between most of these drivers in the turn 1 and 2. Dalek falling very far back. We got a spinner at the back of the field already. One of the horses is going around. I think I just saw wing damage.
Yeah, Nemo and Spice are coming together at turn 1. Wasn't great as Dump and a Stomp getting overtaken by Mike and Bandcamp through turn 5.
Dalek is just dropping places. Dropped an extra place to Spicer now on that medium tyre.
His car's not up to temperature just yet. He's actually hit Mr.
He's
Spicer.
actually hit Mr. Spicer into the turn 8 wall. Oh.
That's not good for the Alpine. And Dalek continuing to struggle. He's dropping like a stone.
Spicer's
can't find any temperature on those
wing.
hard tires, and it's side by side for the other Alpine, Psycho and Bandcamp, trying to navigate their way through this technical, slow and fiddly Mickey Mouse section. But it looks like Psycho will hang on as a massive dive there from Arbusian, absolutely slamming into Dump and a Stomp, and Psycho's gone around with Bandcamp.
Well, I asked for chaos, but not this much.
Yeah, Otmar's not going to be too happy about both those cars down the order. And no front wing for Mr. Spicer either, so Alpine have a lot of work to do to make up the gaps. But at the front of the field, all is steady for our top 4 Apex, leading Farmer Sam, Worry Boy, combined YouTuber Z-Dog, and Dumping a Stop all the way up into 6th place.
A lot of moves. Apex starts the life of the race, as you would expect from the first car to cross the line. I believe that will be dropping throughout the race, though, to, I say, a 44. As Wonder Williams side by side with Dumping a Stomp. Stomp able to keep that place for now. Mike just getting a little bit tail happy. Dalek really dropped all the way down to 9th because of that hard, cold fire. So
He's one of the the biggest losers from that opening lap, down 6 places. Mr. Spicer, the other one, losing more, down into 8th after that contact with the Aston Martin. Biggest winner, though, Abusion, somehow making up 5 spots in all that chaos. Quite a few drivers making up 4 places. Dumping a stump. Mike Hunt, Kufu Cowboy, and Kunai Zero, all up 4 positions.
Farmer Sam doing very well for himself at the moment, keeping in touching distance of Apex.
Yeah, what cost, though? He has 40% less battery than the Ferrari, so Apex Studios definitely showing that he's got the speed around the streets of Singapore tonight. He's going to try and take this win with an iron fist, Pepsi.
Indeed, Farmer Sam been using all that ERS, but Apex is just cruising along, still on about 80% of his battery. So 40% less for Farmer Sam, trying to stay behind and drop Wellboy behind him. That'll be the battle for P2. We got a battle for 5th, or 6th, I mean, between Dumblestum and the train behind him.
And we kind of knew that the grid would separate itself out into these little clumps, but I didn't expect it to be this early. Of course, with all the opening lap chaos, this thing tends to happen. But Mike really looking to use those medium tyres to get past this Haas car as soon as humanly possible. Really just ringing that Williams as much as he can, because he needs to use up these tyres before the crossover period in a few laps' time.
It looks like
He's going for a Pepsi.
Psycho didn't look like he gained damage from that spin with Band at turn 13. Mike Hunt's really sent that at turn 7, though. Dumbleston really had to back out of that one and go deeper than he wanted to.
It was aggressive, but the Williams has made the move stick. Now up into 6th place, has that clean air to use those medium tyres, try and get as close as he can to the top 5. Should something happen, a little snap though. Himself and Dalek.
6-second gap between them and the top train. See if he's able to close that as Psycho's leading a trainer of his own at the back for P12 on that hard fire, trying to catch Nemo and Cowboy. As Dalek's having a little bit of lag spikes when I'm on board, so that's not great for all the drivers around him now.
Oh, we have a spin. Worry Boy's gone around at the last corner. He's dropped down to 5th. He has the gap to recover, but that's a big knock to his confidence there. That
would knock the confidence though. That is on the hard part as well, so yeah, not as bad because it's a hard tire, but probably gonna have to pit a lap earlier now than he wants.
Yeah, fortunately he had that 8-second gap between 5th and 6th, so he could not lose too many positions. If the field was all bunched up, it could have been a lot worse for the sole McLaren, actually.
As Dalek's making a move on Dumbleston at the same corner that Mike made the move at turn 7, down the inside, nice and easy. Both were given racing room, so Dum didn't have to take evasive action.
The Haas struggling to really stay with these drivers in the top of the midfield. Going deep again at turn 10. The Haas just isn't looking hooked up around this track at the moment, Pepsi.
Could be a driver confidence or just setup related.
You know, at the front of things, the gaps are starting to balloon out. About 2 seconds between all of the drivers in the top 5 at the moment. Z-Dog still trying to hang on to this DRS from combined YouTuber. But to no avail at the moment.
Surprised I'm not seeing an interesting strategy from AlphaTauri this race. Z-Dog last race, medium tie into the rain.
There goes Nemo. Nemo's lost his front wing at turn 20. Or turn 19, sorry.
BSC as well for the drivers. Oh god, that was close. Almost took himself out of the race doing that flick turn.
Yep, so the virtual safety car has been deployed. All these drivers have to slow down to 40% of race speed and keep those deltas green, because otherwise you're being slapped with a drive-through penalty, which can very easily ruin your race, especially if you're one of these drivers towards the sharp end of the field. It's a tight battle between the two Italian teams.
I would say M-Dog was not happy about his drive-through. Got lapped because of it.
Yeah,
Not a fun time for one of the AlphaTauri drivers.
Z-Dog trying to use this opportunity to get as close as he can to combine YouTuber, but he needs to make sure that he keeps that delta in the green.
And I
Should be ending very soon.
He might be doing that now. Did I call? No, I didn't call. I don't know what you mean. I didn't say anything. As BSC is still on. Almost one whole lap of a virtual safety car. It's allowed Z-Dog to actually close right up to combine. Now it's in DRS.
And it's an opportunity for the AlphaTauri. Let's see if he's able to keep the speed up, keep the temperature on those hard compound tires, and really utilize this to full effect. Because if combined breaks DRS once again, then I don't think Z-Dog's going to have the pace to really keep up with the Ferrari.
Oh, you see combined using all of that ERS, trying to break it before the detection of at turn 5. Very weird that F1 classifies the Kingston Straight as a turn.
And my favourite turn on the entire calendar is turn 2 at Austria. Absolutely love that corner. Flat out.
The best corner.
Psycho as well, just a bit further down the field, trying to set up a move on Kufu Cowboy, who runs incredibly deep at turn 5. He might have the move here as Dalek, fighting away with Mike as well, and Psycho gets that move done easily through turn 6. And the braking zone for turn 7, and Nemo's gone around once again, this time at turn 21.
Doesn't look like he picked up any damage. Quite a few trains have built up after the VSC was called. Whale slowly catching Z-Dog and combined at a steady pace. So we could see a three-way fight for third, as I think combines actually drew off Z-Dog.
Oh, it's right on the edge. It's 9.5 tenths through the final sector. Oh, has he done enough? He needs to get a good exit out here. He's done enough, FC. That is DRS broken for the Ferrari.
Got to turn that back.
Oh, never mind. Combines had a bit of a
Combines had a
moment, I think.
The Z-Dog's back into it.
By making a little bit of a mistake there.
6 tenths. Apparently, Apex just got my leaderboard is breaking.
Quite the storm brewing for the 7th position. Those mediums on the Williams starting to give a little bit. The virtual safety car didn't help. They had to go through another heat cycle. And Mike's just struggling to fire those medium tires back up, dumping a stump, 4 tenths behind. Has that DRS? Won't make a move on this occasion, but yeah, Abusion with them as well. We have a 3-way fight for this 7th position right now. Things can get very spicy as those medium tires continue to deteriorate.
I expect all medium runners to be in around lap 14. I believe the pit window is, or 16. I think it's 16 for me, isn't it?
You want to take mediums at least 12. They really start to drop off around lap 10, but they've still got some life in them.
And then I believe it's around lap 15 you pit for the new hard tires, which should last basically all the race. Very rare that you go in the puncture range on the hard tire around this track. Unless you go from start of the race on the hards.
all that pushing that Combine did at the virtual safety car restart has not been enough. Z-Dog's right there with him, and Combine all out of ERS down to 20% going through turn 3.
As
Z-Dog only
the
8 tenths
Z-Dog
behind.
is
So.
seen nice and comfy on about 70%.
Fusion and Dump going at it. Turns 1, 2, and 3. They're still going side by side. It looks like the Haas is just edging ahead, but at what cost? Because he's going to lose DRS, and Arbusion's going to be all over the back of him, Pepsi.
Yeah, so that whole fight, that was probably Arbusion's plan, just fight, make him lose DRS, almost hits the wall. Dumb's not taking Arbusion on an excursion to the outside wall at turn 6.
A very tough fight for that 8th position. They've lost Mike, and all this fighting might give Psycho a bit of an opportunity to come back into it. Nemo setting the fastest up of the race so far at 1:42.2.
Nemo's just doing quality laps at this rate.
Yeah, him and Spicer are not having a great one. Band neither.
Psycho got back up to 10th. Probably catching this fight for 8th place as well, which actually might turn into 7th very surely. Depends on how those medium tires wear.
Should be about even at this stage of the stint.
Should be around that. Going to M-Dog. Apex is abusing track runners for not getting warnings. So that might be something that Stewards look into during the race, if any of them are watching.
Cuckoo Cowboy into the pit lane. Looks like he's chipped his front wing a bit. I don't know why he'd be stopping this early off the hard tires. But he's in the pits. That's the important thing. Van's going to get past him. He's going to drop down the order. He's going to come out, I think, right where Nemo and Spicer are having a little bit of a tasty battle.
Might just pop out right behind them. It's going to be close. Actually, it's just ahead on turn 2 exit. Spice is going to love that. He gets DRS to turn 7. Psycho has had a spin in the sling. But you
gotta be careful with that.
Doesn't look like he picked up damage. I don't see any carbon fiber anywhere.
It's quite miraculous to not pick up damage in such a tight section of the track. But yeah, confidence shook once again. Wasn't feeling too great going into this one. Had a few issues in the opening light with Bandcamp, and now another little incident, and we're not even a third of the way through the race, Pepsi. So these guys are in it for the long haul. They might not be as well versed in the endurance category, but in these kinds of Formula 1 cars, it's a task and a half to finish this one.
Indeed, and then they still got harder races in the calendar to go, Monaco being one of them later in the season. Probably second hardest track. Lose concentration there and you're in a wall.
Well, it's quite similar here. I mean, you can't really lose your focus as Nemo gets past Mr. Spicer, going into turn 19 as well. Don't really see those moves very often.
Never do. So that's a bold move from Nemo to try it there. Mike Hunt's really dropped off the pace. He's back into jumping the stumps detection again. So now we're back to a three-way fight for P7.
Again, a few trains forming. Looks like Combined is still trying to break away from Z-Dog as Apex, making a little bit of a mistake at turn 19. Last Farmer Sam to close up just a little bit, but still has a very comfortable 5-second gap.
Now, I don't hope any driver, like, of any driver to, like, make mistakes, but I would love a safety car. This.
Oh, they need you in that race, Pepsi, then.
Oh,
I heard
indeed.
you're the master.
I am the master of safety car. I didn't even mean to bring it out. I just lost it on my.
Yeah, you're just too good. Didn't even mean to spice things up. You just did it instinctively. Don't even need to think about it. And the safety car, Burt Mineland, just like, yep, I know. I know what this race needs.
I got a puncture. My someone threw something on the track, and my tire popped.
Wasn't a plastic bag then if it popped your tire.
Yeah, probably. Probably a nail.
Just someone bringing a box of nails to the track. Somehow got past security and just throwing them at the apex of corners.
Get this guy off the track.
Dalek really closing up to Worry Boy now in that fight for 5th position. Half a second between the Aston Martin and the McLaren, who's made some progress on catching the top 4, but probably not as much as he was hoping, and he's now got even more company.
Looks like he dropped back because before he was in the DRS zone, so might have made a mistake on the last corner where he's having trouble. He still doesn't have the confidence for the last corner after the earlier spin.
That would make sense, but that confidence should start to come back as the race continues.
How are they? And Dalek behind him has all the confidence in the world at the moment in that car.
He's finally got those tyres up to temperature. It only took him 11 laps, but they're finally there. And he's showing why he was on that second row of the grid, Pepsi.
Looks like he's going to be shaping up a move into turn 7. Looks like how close he's getting. A little bit of a lag jump on sideways, which is a very scary thing to see.
Not something you want to experience, especially if you're the car following, because just don't know if it's going to jump back and you're going to end up with no front wing. But it looks like they're like really wants to try it. He gets really close, but it's not quite close enough.
Doesn't look like he's able to get close. Just looking at the ERS, he's got about 5%, 6% ERS usage available to him. I believe Railboy will have Railboy's got about 70%, so Railboy is clear for defending at this point. Probably could pull a big L defending masterclass.
Could. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility.
Very
easy to defend around here.
Very entertaining to watch Big Al's defense on the 20-lap-old mediums.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking medium tires that long.
Interesting strategy, nonetheless. Can't understand why he didn't want to pit. He wanted that P2.
Oh, there goes Ben. Ben is gone. Ben is out at the sling.
And
that is going to be a full safety car. Wow, you do not see that every day. Bandcamp, an unforced error.
This also happened last week as well. That's actually, he's hit the, it looks like he's hit the inside wall.
Yeah, it's just turned in too early for the sling, it looks like, and the car's just said, no, I'm going to just go straight into the outside wall, and that was it.
Everyone's reacted to this except the top 3, so everyone's into the pit. Z-Dog was the first one to pit onto the medium tire. Everyone else is going to follow behind.
This is about the same timing that we saw in Tier 1 as well. It was around lap 10 to 12. So
that one I did not course.
No, and it's quite odd. Like, this is probably the worst start to a season Bandcamp has ever had.
That's 2 races Bandcamp
0 of 3 if you count the sprint from last week as well.
True. DNF'd in all 3 races.
I think that's just doubled his retirement rate, to be honest.
Probably has. I haven't seen him. I didn't see him DNF once last season. So this is probably shaking Band's confidence in the game, in the F1 cars. wait till next year.
Oh yeah, Ben's gonna be back with vengeance. I believe.
Next season. Next season, Ben's gonna be winning races.
That would certainly be a sight to behold.
As
That's next season, Pepsi. We've got a whole season
yeah, we got a
to get
whole
through before we get there.
10 more rounds after this one.
Yeah, it's a short one. Very,
And-
very short one. Our leaders are going to be coming into the pits
Apex,
now to put on a fresh set of mediums.
yeah, medium tires for Studios, Apex Studios, and I believe that'll be the same for Farmer Sam. Combines backing up just a bit to avoid any double stack, but I believe he had the gap anyway. Which this might compromise him to Z-Dog behind though.
No, it's a clean stop for the Ferrari mechanics. Something you don't get to say very often. And it should be okay, but that Delta, I believe, has disappeared, so it is going to be
And
tight with
Z-Dog is
combined on the exit of
coming
this
down.
pit. I think he's got him. He slowed down
Z-Dog's
too
got
much.
him.
He slowed down too much. The pit crew were just sitting there in the garage waiting for combined, and that has cost him. He's down into 4th place.
Now I believe that Z-Dog might have been yelling and or M-Dog might have been yelling Z-Dog's ear to gun it down the straight to get ahead. One of the possibilities in the AlphaTauri garage.
So Worry Boy has decided to go for a fresh set of hard compound tires for this one. And Spice has decided not to pit at all.
Well, Spice has started mediums, if I'm correct. He's probably thinking he can't do a double medium.
He's on the hards right now, so he can go back to a fresh set of mediums and
He probably
he'll be on the
wants
same strategy as everyone else. Remember, his medium tires are only about half a lap old.
to catch a safety car, then pit. So, because he would have been further back. He would be where Nemo is at the moment if he pitted.
Or maybe he's just hoping that this isn't the last safety car and he'll be able to get off those hard tires in the near future. Because while we've seen it has been possible to make it to the end from here on those medium tires, it's certainly not a walk in the park.
Indeed.
Actually, it might be a walk in the park towards the end because you have to be looking after those tires so much.
And the lower fuel load helps the tiniest bit with tire wear.
Yeah, as well as the balance shifting slightly further forward.
As Mr. Spicer might come in. No, he's actually decided to just stay out, so... Wait, no, that's Psycho I'm looking at.
I mean, Spicer has decided to stay out yet
He's
again.
come
Oh,
in.
no, he's come in.
Oh, he's missed up. He's missed the pit lane, broke a bit too late.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter, no one's near him, so it's safe still. Goes to
Yep, and he's going to...
new medium tires. New shiny medium tires.
It's going to be close here with Nemo, I think. I think Kufu's got him, but Nemo, I'm not so sure.
I believe he'll just...
Oh, Nemo slowed down. Nemo lets him get in front.
And one of these two had a tangle, and that's why he slowed down. Or Nemo's just trying to preserve his tire.
Well, they
even
did have a
longer.
tangle, but it was Spicer that initiated the contact and Nemo that lost out, so... Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on between those two, but... I mean, they're good friends, so... I'm sure they're just here to have some fun fighting at the back end of the field.
Spice is here to race people.
Yeah.
He just...
This has led to a very interesting situation in terms of
tires.
what's happening on the rest of this field. We've got 3 guys on the hard compound tires, 2 of them stuck basically smack bang in the middle, give or take.
So that's gonna be interesting. So Mike Hunt and Wellboy both on hard side. You got
And a
Nemo.
long medium stint ahead for the rest of the field. That's a long
Nemo.
medium stint ahead of them.
Nemo on the hard side, but with the fastest lap. So he'll be proud of that for the time being.
I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm pretty sure Apex Studios is going to be off and away on this restart. He kind of needs to be.
Yeah, we might see a late safety car call here, or we might go around one more.
I think we're going around again.
No,
oh, never mind. That's probably one of the latest calls I've ever seen.
And there we go. So Apex really having to back this field up. Because I doubt he was ready for this. Farmer Sam doing the right thing, staying straight.
A lot of cold tires on this grid. Look how slow they're going.
And
Apex
is
holding
gone.
on to it. He's gone.
He's kind of caught Farmer Sam napping, but not that much. Because it was on a corner.
Oh, there goes Arbution up the inside of Dumping to Stump into turn 1. Worry Boy getting past Mike as well for 9th position. Arbution had to go, but wasn't good enough.
Wonder Williams making a pass at the back, or no, that was always like that. My bad. The combines are looking on Z-Dog to regain that 3rd place. Can't quite make the move stick. As Apex is trying to pull a second out. Bob Sam's not letting them.
Combined is also so close to the back of Z-Dog. Going into the sling, Dalek catches up as well with the better line through turn 10. And a bit better grip through turn 11. He's so close on the outside. He looks for the gap, but it closes right in his face. Gets a little bit squirrely. That's going to open up the opportunity for Dumping a Stump to go. And he just soars past the Aston Martin.
But Dalek's going to have that inside line. And now we don't have...
They bang wheels.
Bit of
better
contact.
exit for the Haas, but Dalek is still there on that inside. Has the inside now for turn 17.
More wheel banging between the two. Or Dumb's not getting a touch on the rear by one Alpha Romeos.
That opens up the opportunity for Psycho, and now Worry Boy going offline, and now Mike is in on it.
Chaos on the start. Or the restart. As Apex, takes the fastest lap on the first go around of the restart.
Yeah, but the two Italian teams are gone once again. Brits can't keep up.
Same as last week in Portimao. Ferrari versus AlphaTauri. One Alpine has had the spin spices spun it out of turn 1. Or might have had a helping hand by another driver. On board with Psyche now, see if he's able to do anything to Kunai 0. Oh, that's our Fusion in front of him. Kunai's a further bit back.
Still quite a ways to go in this race. Another 14 laps or so. So plenty of action still to come. But things looking pretty stable at the moment.
Oh, as Wanda Williams has had a spin. Wanda Williams has spun out of the hairpin.
It's Kufu Cowboy, Mr. Spice getting past now.
I don't know if that was damage or a helping hand. I didn't quite see it because how close the camera was. Looked like one of the... I believe it was a Aston Martin that gave him a helping hand. I'm not quite sure. DRS is now enabled. Apex users are well clear of Farmer Sam, so Farmer Sam not in no contention to fight for P1 unless penalty arises for the suspected track abusing.
The Ferrari needs to be careful. I mean, he's showing great speed and would hate to lose it in the blink of an eye, just like Mike Hunt has at turn 3.
Jump back to the 5 for P7 with Psycho and Wellboy. no one making a move at 4 position, but they might do it late in the race. Got 4 separate trains currently happening. 6, probably.
Dalek has caught up to the top 5. Or at least with Z-Dog and combined YouTuber. So the Aston Martin showing that he's still got that top pace he showed in qualifying.
As Railboy tried around the outside of Psycho at turn 14. Right on the rear of Psycho going through 16 17 and into 18. And Railboy's on the hard tire as well.
And Psycho's really struggling. I don't know if he's picked up some kind of bodywork damage from his earlier spin at turn 12, but not feeling great in this car at the moment is the Alpine driver.
As looks like Z-Dog's backed up a bit from his teammate, gave him a tiny bit of clear to defend from Combine and Dalek. Dalek not able to make a move. Combine one of those drivers that like to run low downforce setups. Wouldn't be surprised if he's doing it again.
Wary Boy tapping the wall at turn 8.
Gets really close to Psycho on the braking. Fire too close for comfort. Or was Arbusion almost smacking the wall in the sling?
Oh, we've got a move, or attempted move at the in the fight for this final podium place. Dalek really starting to hound combined YouTuber. Had a little look up the inside of turn 14, but to no avail, and really eating up that curb at 16.
Looks like Kunai Zero trying to make a move on Conrad 10th at the back as well. Trying to get this move done so he can chase down Wellboy, who's been held up by the other Alpha Tauri. Or not Alpha Romeo, I mean.
Oh, there goes Wary Boy. Never mind that.
Yeah, I've jinxed it.
Yep, you've done the thing.
I've done the thing.
You've done the thing. Put F's in chat, guys. Peps has done the thing.
I've done it. I'm gonna cop it now. There's an Nemo 3-second penalty. Was Kunai Zero
That's what we've seen so far.
side by side at the moment into turn 5, turn 5 now. He actually gets DRS. Kunai gets it.
Puts behind at the detection point.
This is
So nice move
this
there
has
from-
left Conrad in a pickle.
Yeah, now Nemo's got to try and follow the Alfa Romeo through, and Conrad doesn't fight that one too hard. Let's both go down into 11th place now, the Aston Martin.
Lost 2 positions in 3 corners.
Yep, I mean, it's
Not
how
a
it goes
great way.
sometimes.
Not great. I was gonna say Dalek looked close enough for a move on combine, but Traction has another thing in mind. As it looks like we might get a train, or it looks like someone's going around one of the passes. I believe Nemo's had his spin out of the hairpin. He's swapped behind the Bison now.
Yeah, those hard tires just not providing the same level of grip that a Haas driver wants. And kind of needs to stay with these guys on the medium tires. See how Mike deals with the white walls as well.
Darla again, very close to the back of combine. He's right on the rear in turn 2 and 3.
The only thing that's saving combined at the moment is one, the DRS he's getting from Z-Dog in front, but two, just the corner exits. Dalek's able to carry so much speed compared to the Ferrari, but just can't find the rear grip.
We might see a dive. No, he Dalek decides not to do it. Thinks better of it. Let's jump back to the train behind Psycho. No, this is Spicer.
Oh, Nemo looking up the inside of Conrad at turn 7. Gets the move down. Mike's going to follow him as well.
Conrad just letting Mike free.
Oh, Dalek on Combine at turn 13. Combine lets him go. There's a bit of a lag switch. But the switch back from the Ferrari, they're going to both have DRS going up the hill. Oh no, Combine actually doesn't. He's fallen out.
Now,
that's it.
That would have been... He would have fallen out before in the swing. Now, Dalek's going to have to do a lot of work to gain that time back on Z-Dog. Looks like Z-Dog's gained a DRS on his teammate. Right? I might be lying.
Not quite. Still about 5/10 out. But Apex, once again, has run off with it. And he has almost a full battery still, Pepsi. It's on fire at the moment.
That is interesting. Full battery and he's able to pull that much of a gap. There's a Railboy 3-second penalty at the back of things. Cowboy has made a pit stop for medium tow. Abusion's
out. Abusion's out at turn 17.
And that's
another safety car.
Yeah. This is actually the same as tier 1. That's the same. This is the same time as tier 1. Oh, he's actually done on the exit of 17.
How's he managed that? Oh, there goes Kufu with the drive-through penalty.
He probably didn't realize, and that's Cowboys race over.
Now, what do these guys do here? Because they've got 10 laps. They have to go for another set of mediums, right? I mean, maybe softs, but they're only going to have like 6 laps of racing.
Cowboy is on the start. Well, he pitted a while ago. He's on 5%. He's actually pitting again. I think he's trying to serve the drive-through.
Oh, can't do that. Gonna find out the hard way, I think.
This is the second person this week I've seen try to serve a drive-through under a safety car.
But all eyes on the front now, Pepsi. What do they do? What if this Ferrari pit wall, the Ferrari strategy team, concocted for their 2 drivers?
Are we gonna see? Oh, he's in the pits. Apex is in pit lane.
Yeah, but what tile, what compound is it going to be? I think there's still a bit of debate.
Is this a Ferrari master plan or is this a blunder? Farmer Sam stays out. So does a Z-Dog.
It's another set of mediums. There's another set of mediums for the Ferrari. Our race leader, Dalek, coming in as well. Combine is going to commit to the double stack with his teammate. Dump and a stump coming in. Psycho as well. Everyone else is coming in except the 2 AlphaTauris.
Now, if we look at AlphaTauri, their tire wear, 27% on those tires. But Warner tires are easier to warm up. Genuinely. Sometimes. Depends.
Crucially for Apex, he's actually gotten out ahead of both Nemo and Mike, who stayed out on their old hard compound tires, trying to disrupt the flow of things.
Something that AlphaTauri would be not happy about at the moment.
No, they've put themselves in a pretty difficult spot with only a handful of laps to go, but Apex still needs to make the clean moves, and we've seen how desperate some of these drivers can get in the closing stages of races. We saw it last week in Portugal. We saw it earlier tonight with Tier 1 in the closing stages. This race is far from over, Pepsi.
Far from over, indeed. This will be interesting if they somehow... Z-Dog is going to have to pull off a big owl defense out at the moment. Gonna have to...
And more akin to Checo Perez at this point, I think.
10 lap difference in tire wear.
Yeah, because if Z-Dog's able to hold up Apex for 3 laps, I think, like 3 laps, 3 seconds, sort of, then Farmer Sam is still probably going to win this race.
The
I think that gap will
interesting,
just be enough.
interesting thing about it is Farmer Sam and Z-Dog, through the whole stints, look like they have the same pace. And Farmer Sam can't break, or barely gets out of DRS of Z-Dog.
Yeah.
So this could either... They're gonna have to play like the real team game, but try not to lose a podium if it goes bad.
Yeah, they've made the gamble. They've made the call to stay out.
Conrad's made a very interesting call. He's gone on to the soft tire. So that's
Yeah, I
a
mean P12.
P12
And
soft
nothing
tire.
else to lose. It's worth a shot. Respect it. Surprised more people didn't go for the soft tire, to be honest. There's only going to be 5 or so laps of racing.
Now everyone behind Nemo and Mike are not gonna be in the greatest spot at the moment. Gonna have to get past the 2 hard runners.
Yes, that's I'm a bit nervous for this midfield, Pepsi. I truly am.
If we look at tire wear for hards, that when Nemo's on 40%, Mike is on 27. But
Yeah, well, there is a 3-4 lap difference in the age of those tires.
That's their tire wear is around the same as the AlphaTauri at the moment.
Yeah, that makes sense. But even still, like, Nemo and Mike aren't exactly the fastest drivers on this grid, and the ones directly behind them, Dalek, combined YouTuber, have shown that they have a lot of speed around the Marina Bay street circuit, and they are going to want to be as close to these AlphaTauris as possible for when the tires eventually start to drop off.
Even dumping the stump has shown a lot of speed as well in that past car. Might be able to do it again, just follow combined through. You got Psycho there who's not the greatest stuff. He's made it all the way back to P9. So he's still in the points. His teammate's in 11th after a worse start.
Yeah, it's not over for the 2 Alpine boys. Kunai Zero as well, sitting there in 10th position after the single point he got last week in Portugal's sprint race.
Would have liked
So
that
looking
one.
to slowly but surely build on that tally.
As we got a safety car for 1 more lap, so we will have about 6 laps of running.
Yeah, it'll be,
Oh, no,
5 or 6 laps. Yeah, 5 lap. It's 5 lapper. So Conrad on softs is genius.
A 5-lap race at this rate.
I mean, the more laps on the safety car, the better for these 2 AlphaTauris, because then there's less laps for Apex for when he inevitably gets past Z-Dog. Less laps that he has to catch up and pass Farmer Sam.
Less laps as Z-Dog has to defend for his life at the moment.
I mean, this could be the result that AlphaTauri need to solidify themselves as the favorites for the Constructors' Championship. They're in the lead at the moment, but Ferrari have shown that they're definitely here, and with combined down in 7th, and the 2 AlphaTauris still together at the top of the field, this could very well be a very important race come the end of the championship.
I believe AlphaTauri from last week, they scored a first, second, and a 4 in Portimao. So a good tally of points. Ferrari not having the best of showing last week. After locking out that front row, combined didn't have the best of first laps in Portugal. Hello, how are you doing? Has safety cars in this lap, so this is gonna be one interesting. Farmer Sam gonna tell his teammate when he goes, or is he just gonna make him guess?
I think he kind of has to. They want to get away from Apex. Apex will stop at nothing to secure this race win today.
Apex for the catch up at the moment, as he done at 10 last week. The other Apex, which is confusing because they both had the same name. Made it worse that he went Ferrari as well. My head went for a spin that week.
All eyes on Farmer Sam when he decides to go the safety
And
car
he
as well.
looks like he's
in the
gone.
pits.
He hasn't told his teammate. He's left the teammate out to dry.
We are racing once again, Pepsi. 5 laps to go.
And it looks like
here in the
Dalek's-
Singapore Grand Prix. And what a start from the Aston Martin.
Dalek's going to make a move on the Williams. Might try it on the Haas. He's dispatched one hard runner. He just needs to make it on the other one.
Look at Apex. He's all over the back of him.
Oh, he's going around the outside.
He needs to leave the room. He's shot on the wall. It's happened immediately.
Oh, he's got no wing. It's a big blunder for the Ferrari. And Nemo has just found himself in P2.
I cannot believe this.
That's a through goes Nemo moment.
Well, he found himself in a good spot, but there's still a very hungry Aston Martin behind him. Dalek also finding his way through the chaos with a great safety car restart.
Oh,
And Mike's gone off with his sling.
Mike's gone way wise and now
Everyone's
vulnerable.
gone out to drive Pepsi.
Oh, Mike is having a shocker, almost hitting dump into the hairpin. Actually, gave him a whack on the...
Oh, here comes Kunai Zero with the overtake on.
It's a free wide moment.
Oh, he backs out of it.
I didn't see...
Oh, he looks up, forces Kunai wide, and there goes Psycho up into 6th place. Fighting the Williams side by side now, has to yield.
As
But still making progress.
Apex is still fighting with Z-Dog at the back with no wing.
Oh, he's showing Worry Boy the wall as well. And there's Z-Dog sticking his nose in through turn 19. They're all over the place, Pepsi.
Indeed, as we are, Dalek's now making a move on Nemo for the front. As Dalek going down the inside, side by side through 1-2. Nemo showed Dalek
keeps the nose in.
Oh,
Nemo goes extremely wide, and that's going to allow Dalek to soar on by. Slots right back here in front of Combine. Combine's going to try and do the same. He has the resources. Does he have the legs, though?
There's a lot of about 3 drivers in the pit lane now for, I would say, a wing change.
Yeah, quite a few. There's going to be a lot of discussions between the 2 Italian team principals after this one.
Oh, it'll kind of be a blame game, I feel like, for what happened on restart. Just going to go back and forward between the arguments.
So Dalek running away from Nemo. Nemo still in a podium place, but does unfortunately have that 3-second time penalty. He picked up a little bit earlier in the race, but given the gaps behind, this is his best opportunity for some big points for the Haas. Here comes Combine up the inside. Oh, a little bit early on the brakes. Nemo leaves in the room. Combine's still there trying to find the grip on the rear tires, but it's not quite enough for the Ferrari. The Haas survives for another sector.
Bit tentative on the brakes at the moment for Combine. Probably playing the long game. Play it to the line. I can't talk now. As a Psycho still chasing down Mike, who's somehow kept P6. Still.
Yeah, for all that scruffiness, still doing well for himself.
The Alpine drivers doing very well for themselves. 7th and 8th. I believe that's close to where they started as well. As
Combine's got him here. DRS assistant. Nemo's got nothing left.
He shows the outside. Almost went into the wall.
Easy move for the Ferrari. Nemo decides to try and
us.
fight back though. Has a little look.
Now
Checks up Combine a bit. Now it's his teammate behind him. I doubt he'll fight this too hard.
I see team orders down at Haas.
Yeah,
there we go.
Team orders here. Let him go.
Probably the smartest move. Dump has more ERS to use. And I believe they're still in DRS range of each other, so they can just full send it.
Yep, need to pull away from Mike as much as they possibly can.
And after the crash between Z-Dog and ATEC, they're still fighting each other for position at the back.
Oh, I think there's a bit of bad blood there now. I don't think they're happy with each other, to be honest.
I think Apex will be the more fuming now. That one, I believe it was just lock the wheels.
I showed him the wall.
Yeah. You could you could argue the AlphaTauri showed the wall, or you could argue the Ferrari turned them.
Yeah, there's a one for the stewards at the end of this race, but with only a few laps to go in this one, field's starting to spread out a bit. Looking good for those two hard runners, but Psycho and Mr. Spice are right on the tail of Mike with only 3 laps to go.
According to M-Dog.
Oh, Hero's got another one! No!
Oh, that's not what you want to see. And that would have been off turn 5 inside, or it could have been on the entry.
Yeah, if you try and open up the corner too much, you actually run off. Oh, there's a spin! Mike's gone round! That's turn 7.
No, that's not what we need for the Williams team. All hopes and dreams gone. No Williams scores points today, apparently.
That promotes both the Alpines up into 6th and 7th. Psycho ahead of Spicer, but Kunai Zero right on the back of them here as well. Worry Boy recovering as well.
Railboy with a good recovery after the shocker race he's had, but does possess a 3-second penalty, which will drop him behind. It'll actually drop him behind Mike. So Mike still in for a P9 if he can keep the gap.
See how the gap develops. Psycho still making inroads. As is Dalek, 1.1 seconds. He's closing. He's closing. He's going to have a shot on this final lap, I think, Pepsi. The Aston Martin is on the charge. It's within DRS now. There's a chance for the Aston Martin, Pepsi. There's a chance.
There is indeed a chance, and both these drivers have no ERS. Farmer Sam blinking. You got Dalek also blinking. He's actually gained a DRS on this lap, so he's going to close him right up to him.
Oh, this move is on. This move is on for the final lap. Watch this space, Pepsi. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat. They're going to end with a bang, and hopefully not literally.
You can only hope, but hopefully it's not the same as Big Al and Crush in Tier 1.
There you go. Meanwhile, Mike getting past Conrad through turn 6.
As it looks like Psycho gaining a lot of time on Nemo, but Nemo with a 6-second penalty will drop quite far back. As Mike Hunt has actually dropped. Wait, did he drop?
A little bit of a snap. I think all eyes are on these front two, Pepsi. If I'm honest.
Z-Dog's gapping Apex
oh, yeah, he's
at
on
the back.
soft tyres. Yeah. I'd hope so.
You'll hope.
On fresh softs.
It'll be quality softs. But probably not as fresh as Farmer Sam with a bit of a slide.
That might have cost him. That might have cost Dalek. He had a half look, and you can't go for those half moves with only 24 corners to go on this one, Pepsi. It's the last lap of the Grand Prix.
I don't think Darla wanted to make that move, as Farmer Sam had to slide in mid-tunnel section. As we are coming up to the DRS now. He's got 3-second penalty! No!
It's over!
It's over! It's Farmer Sam's win if he makes it to the end. As one out, Haas's have had to spin. Nemo's had to spin. I believe that's in
still drama
20.
between these front two, though. Farmer Sam goes defensive,
He's shows
Dalek the outside. Beautiful defending from the AlphaTauri.
Oh, Dalek's gone!
Dalek's made a mistake. Combine's coming through turn 7.
Combine's going to have it!
Yet to recover. He's hit his wing on the wall as well. Combine up in the second place.
Not
going to stop. Could he have on the podium?
Oh my god! There's no way this has happened. Dalek's going to drop all the way down to about 7th at this rate because he's got the train of 4 cars behind Dump.
He's holding on to that gap as much as he can.
Now, it depends how much damage he got. If it's only a slight touch, it won't be that bad. But if it's a missing,
He's missing a right end plate. It's only the right end plate that's missing. He's still showing he's got a bit of speed. Current gap to Psycho from Dalek is around 3.4 seconds.
He's going to lose that all in
Oh, Kunai's put Spicer in the wall!
Oh,
Kunai's
no!
put Spicer in the wall!
And he's got no wing!
Oh my goodness.
It's all gone downhill. Kunai's gone
Wow.
beat himself up about that one as well because he knows that he's probably in the wrong.
Well, it's Farmer Sam taking the win here at Singapore. Combined will pick up the runners-up spot and an unforgettable podium for Dump and a Stump. He will take the final podium place. Well done to the Haas driver. Dalek has to settle for 4th. Psycho just couldn't make that 4th place. He'll have to settle for 5th. Kunai in 6th with a
Spicer trying to
risky move on to
Spicer
Spicer.
still keeps points despite no wing.
Where are you boys? 7th. Mike in 8th. Spicer 9th. Conrad will pick up the final point for Aston Martin.
Also, Nemo driving around with no wing as well at the back. As
Wow.
Apex is slowing down for the last 2 corners.
I mean, he led the race
Start the
for
finish.
85% of it, and he ends up in 14th.
Led the race, start the finish. Until the last safety car happened. Congrats to Farmer Sam and Mike Hunt for driver of the day. That's Farmer Sam's 2nd win in a row for this season. So great things for AlphaTauri. Mine picking up 2nd place after what was an interesting first few laps where we saw him drop quite a few positions.
Wow, there's going to be a lot of internal discussions after this week, Pepsi.
There will be indeed a lot of discussions will be between AlphaTauri and Ferrari on that restart. Also between towards Ferrari, Apex apparently abusing the track limits during the race, according to M-Dog, who's engineering for AlphaTauri as well. So it'll be one interesting week for the shorts.
Yeah, there's a lot more where that came from. But as it stands right now, Farmer Sam taking the win ahead of Combined YouTuber and Dump and a Stump from 10th to 3rd, securing a rare podium for the Haas team. Dalek in 4th with that fast lap 1 at 40.194. Psycho in 5th. Kunai Zero in 6th. Furry Boy 7th. Mike in 8th. Mr. Spice in 9th. Conrad in 10th with Kufu Cowboy, Z-Dog, Nemo, and Apex. 11 through to 14 on Abusion and Bandcamp. Unable to finish this one, Pepsi.
3rd race for Band that he hasn't finished. Only doing 0 points in the season. So Band won't be...
He's 0-3 on finishes.
No, he won't be too happy with this race. Well, that's all for AFR this evening. We'll be back next week for Tier 1 start. At Spa next week, I believe we are.
Yes.
So that will be one interesting one. I'm not going to have fun with that track. I don't have a great history on that one either. But anyway, this has been me and Mikkel for Tier 2. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you see you next week for Tier 1. Goodbye.